Now let us see the second use of dimensional analysis, that is our conversion factor, that how it is used to convert the unit. In previous lecture we have discussed about the one of the uses of dimensional analysis, that is principle of homogeneity. So let us see how dimensional analysis is used as a conversion factor and what is it. So dimensional analysis is used to find conversion factor, between the units of same physical quantity in two different system of unit, right? In two different system of unit. Suppose one system is our SI system and other system is our CGS system. So in SI system, let us suppose the unit of force, so it is unit, and in CGS system it is dyne. In SI system the unit of energy is joule, and in CGS system it is arc. So how this conversion occur? How the unit of force converted into unit of dyne? How does it happen? Let us see. So we will take an example, right? Here we have to find the conversion factor between SI unit of force and CGS unit of force. So let us see how it is happen. So we have right, 1 Newton is equals to x dyne. Let us suppose let then F, dimension of Newton is what? Newton is the unit of force. So dimension of F is equals to m1 L1 T minus 2. In dimensional analysis video we have discussed about the dimension of force, where you can prefer for it. Now we will write the equation of dimensional analysis, dimensional form. So it is m1 L1 T1 minus 2, means 1 Newton or 1 unit of force is equals to x unit of force in another unit. Okay, in left hand side we have taken force in SI unit, and in right hand side we have taken force in CGS unit. So here we have 1 Newton is equals to x, we can say that x unit of CGS unit of force. So from here x is equals to, if we supposed to find the value of x, then this term, this m2 L2 T2 will come this side in denominator. So this will be m1 L1 T1 upon m2 L2 T2, right? Now here we have m1 upon m2 raised to power 1. Okay, we will separate each term, m1 by m2, L1 by L2, T1 by T2. Okay, fine. So m1 by m2 raised to power 1. Here we have m1 power 1 and here also power 1. So okay, then L1 L2, then power 1, T1 T2 raised to power minus 2. Here see, let us suppose we have 5 by 2, 5 raised to power 2, 2 raised to power 2. So we may write it as 5 by 2 raised to whole power 2. So we have done here also t raised to power minus 2, t2 raised to power minus 2. So t1 by t2 raised to power minus 2. Okay, fine. Now let us suppose we have what? X. So now put the values. Here see, in left hand side we have taken what? We have taken SI unit, and in right hand side we have taken CGS unit. Means m1 is the SI unit of mass, L1 SI unit of length. So here we will put kg, SI unit of mass is kg, upon m2. M2 is what? M2 is CGS form. So CGS unit of mass is gram. Similarly, SI unit of length is meter and CGS unit of length is centimeter. But SI and CGS both the unit of time is second. So we will write it. Now we have to equalize these terms. Okay, we have to equalize these terms. So convert this kg into gram. This kg into gram means 10 raised to power 3 gram. Okay, 1 kg is equals to 10 raised to power 3 gram. Fine. So 10 raised to power 3 gram upon gram. Similarly, 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeter. So 10 raised to power 2 centimeter upon centimeter, and this second will cancel. So we have 1 raised to power this minus 2. Okay, now this gram and gram will cancel. Similarly, centimeter and centimeter will cancel. So we have here 10 raised to power 3 and 10 raised to power 2 means 10 raised to power 5. So x is equals to 10 raised to power 5, and x is what? X is the value of force in CGS form. That means dyne. Means 1 Newton is equals to 10 raised to power 5 dyne. I hope this is clear. So likewise, we may convert each and every physical quantity from its one system of unit to another system. So that's all for the day.